Hello, hello, hello. Today I am talking about the unexpected challenge of pleasantness. But I have to go live in all the places, so hang on a second. Okay, we're almost there. All right, I am now live in all the places. So, the topic for today is the unexpected challenge of pleasantness. And my question for you is, have you ever had an experience in your relationship? In relationship, we're looking for harmony with our partner. How do we go about this question of balance in self and union with other in a way that allows us to be authentically ourselves and to collaborate harmoniously with our partner? The big question of relationship, the Zen cone of relationship, if I pronounce that correctly. So the question I have for you is, did you ever get to a season of contentedness, pleasantness, harmony, comfort with your partner, and then find that somehow, after a little while of pleasantness, there's this weird, elusive feeling of distance, or this, like, I can't feel you, this quality of a loss of intimacy somehow that's really hard to put your finger on, but it feels like the core of your being is like, oh, I miss connecting with you, my partner, in that deep way, but there's nothing wrong. So it's a little bit of a stumper. And this is why I call it the unexpected challenge of pleasantness. So here are my thoughts about this. Intimacy, really deep intimacy, comes from scary honesty. It comes from pushing our edge. What makes sharing life with someone really exciting and rewarding and fulfilling is when we are pushing our growth edge and we're sharing that with our partner. And so when we go through a season where everything is nice, it's important that we have those seasons. It's A Course in Miracles calls that a period of rest. You need a period of rest between spurts of growth so that you can consolidate your gains. However, those periods of rest, if we hang out there too long, they can become a place of kind of sleeping. So if you're in a period of pleasantness with your partner and you're feeling the sense of really deep, rewarding, amazing intimacy has somehow gone missing. Where did it go? Everything's been great. Where did it go? If you're experiencing that, then my suggestion is look for where you can push your growth edge. What is a growth edge that you can push? So challenges give us our growth edge. They they kind of drag our limitations out of the closet and put them right in our face and say, see, you can't even have harmony until you deal with this issue. And that's a gift and a service that challenges provide. But when we don't have a challenge that's coming to get us, then that's another beautiful season of life. But we might want to go find an edge to work, a question to ask. In what way do we want to grow? And then this way we can experience a whole other quality of growth, which is which feels good, which is like positive, stretching ourselves to a new frontier rather than being forced to or strongly requested to push our growth edge by something that's uncomfortable. So some ways that I have found to push my growth edge when things are pleasant is to dig deeper into, like, let's say, erotic intimacy, to push my edges in that area, um, by studying materials that open doors of awareness that I haven't previously seen, and then to explore that road in myself and then share that road with my partner. So that's one place where possibly there's an opportunity for growth. Um, Other opportunities for growth is like, what's the difference between what you manifest now as your highest level of consciousness, which theoretically would be what you would be experiencing in a state of harmony and peace and comfort. What's the difference between that and your North Star for the ultimate that you can embody? So maybe your North Star is, I'm not going to put out a bunch of suggestions there. I am a Christian, so my North Star is Jesus. And I'll tell you something, I came to Christianity the experiential way, not the biblical study way. I don't study the Bible. I've done this much Bible study, and I've done like this much practical spiritual psychology study. But along my walk, I have had some personal experiences with the energy signature of Jesus. And I have hesitated to call myself a Christian because I don't want people to put a veil, a painting over me that looks like typical Christians or any association with Christianity. Not that I have an issue with Christianity, obviously, but I'm not religious. I am not about ideas and beliefs that you put on somebody or rituals that you do, or I am about the science of the spiritual experience. And I became a Christian because the deeper I went into the spiritual experience, or from going deeply into the spiritual experience, I found myself touched by Jesus, literally, as a present moment experience of Jesus entering my chakra system and tuning up some things. And then another moment when I prayed for strength, and Jesus came and took my hand, and I feel tears actually, and showed me that he would walk me through the challenges, and that by holding his hand like an innocent child, that I would be able to walk through the storms and the fires with safety. And that has been my experience, that feeling the energy signature of Jesus takes me higher. And it takes, I see other people who even are religious and don't necessarily directly practice or deeply understand the spiritual experience, but they do feel a connection to Jesus, and miraculous things happen. So anyway, but it doesn't mean that you feel connected to Jesus right now. It took me a long time to get over my idea of thinking of an idea when I heard that name. Now I don't think of an idea. I think of the energy signature that I have felt on a few occasions. That's what that word means to me. So anyway, that was a bit of a tangent. But the point is, getting back to working your growth edge, one way to, when things are pleasant, right? When a challenge is not dragging you into the ring, to work your growth edge on something that's uncomfortable. When you are comfortable, one way of finding a growth edge is to think about your hero or your heroes, and what's the difference between what you're manifesting, what you're doing in one area of your life these days, and what your hero has manifested or is manifesting. And that can give you questions to ask yourself and something to strive for. When you share your growth edge with your partner, that's what brings really deep, beautiful intimacy. That's where you find the scary honesty, and maybe it's not so scary when it's not an uncomfortable challenge, but it's still the excitement of becoming, sharing the excitement of becoming with your partner. That's what I find makes the magic, the richness, the deep intimacy. And so in times of pleasantness, we have to proactively find that edge to share with our partner. So what are some of the growth areas that you can think of besides spiritually and erotically? Those are the two examples that I brought. But I'd love to hear, what are your growth edges that you would choose in a time of rest to work more deeply on? Uh, I'd love to hear that in the comments. If you want to share privately, then shoot me a DM, and I'd love to hear it privately in a DM. All right. Take care. Have a good day. I will see you soon.